Hey, love after 60. When a woman craves an older man, she always tests him with these 4 questions. Have you ever noticed how some women never flirt directly, they test your awareness instead? Especially when you're a man after 60, women change the rules. They don't want to look desperate. They don't want to look easy, so they ask things. The issue, and here's what most men never see coming. A woman who wants intimacy with an older man will always ask you the same questions, like a secret code hidden in plain sight. Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Vernon again. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 4 questions that reveal everything about female psychology, insights, and what she's really looking for. Understanding these subtle attraction signs isn't manipulation. When it's wisdom, it's respect for the dance that happens between 2 people who've lived enough to know what matters. Before we go deeper, tap like and subscribe to my channel. If you want more conversations about love, dating, and emotional connection after 60, this channel is where we make sense of the quiet signals and the deeper truths that shape mature relationships. The issue now, let's begin with the first question. The one she asks when she wants to understand the man beneath the surface. 1. Do you spend a lot of time alone? Most men hear this and think she's asking if they're lonely, so they either defend themselves, no, I'm very social, or they admit defeat, I guess I do. Both answers miss the point entirely. You're having coffee with someone new. The conversation flows. Then she leans back slightly, tilts her head, and asks, do you spend a lot of time alone? What she's actually asking has nothing to do with your social calendar. She wants to know if there's room for her in your life. She's testing whether you're emotionally open, or if you've built walls so high that nobody gets through anymore. When women test men, especially older men attraction scenarios, they're looking for emotional investment questions disguised as small talk. Think about it from her perspective. She's been around long enough to know that some men after 60 have shut down completely. They've been hurt, divorced, widowed. She doesn't want to fight for space in a life that's already closed for business, but she also doesn't want someone desperate who'll cling to her because they can't stand being alone. Here's how you answer with mature masculine energy. I enjoy my own company, but I've always believed the best moments in life are shared with the right person. Issue. I'm selective about who I spend my time with, but I'm not closed off. See what that does? You're showing self-sufficiency without isolation, independence without unavailability. You're telling her, I'm whole on my own, but I'm open to connection. That's what she's fishing for. Sign she wants intimacy without you even realizing it. The man who understands female desire psychology knows this isn't about reassurance. It's about demonstrating that you've reached a place where you choose connection rather than need it. There's a massive difference. Needy repels, choice attracts. When was the last time someone asked you this question? Drop it in the comments. I'm curious how many of you have been tested without knowing it. She's not just listening to your words. She's feeling the energy behind them, the way you pause, the ease in your voice, the calm in your expression. Women read these tiny signals instantly. If your answer feels relaxed, warm, and grounded, she feels safe leaning in a little more. If it feels defensive or tense, she quietly steps back. In that small moment, she learns more about you than hours of talking. It's her way of sensing the man beneath the surface. The issue, once she feels that emotional doors aren't locked, she becomes curious about the direction of your life. 2. What are you looking for these days? This one trips up more men than anything else, because it sounds so casual, doesn't it? Like she's just making conversation. So, what are you looking for these days? Wrong. This is one of the most loaded psychological dating signals you'll ever encounter. She's not asking about hobbies or weekend plans. She's measuring whether you have direction, whether you're drifting through life or moving with intention. Women, especially those interested in older men dating tips, want to know if you've still got fire. Not ambition, in the career sense necessarily, but purpose. Vision, a reason to wake up beyond routine. As someone once put it, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions you ask yourself. She's checking if you're still asking yourself meaningful ones. Here's what happens in her mind when she asks this. If you shrug and say, "I don't know, just taking it easy," she hears, "I've given up." If you launch into some desperate speech about finding love, she hears, "I'm incomplete." Neither answer opens doors. The man who grasps women's hidden intentions understands that she wants to see a life in motion. Not frantic, not stagnant, but flowing. She's looking for someone who's still engaged with existence. Still curious, still becoming. So here's your answer. I'm looking for peace, real conversations and connections that don't feel rushed. I've learned that the best things in life aren't forced, but they unfold naturally when you're paying attention. Notice what you just did? You gave her philosophy, not specifics. You demonstrated emotional depth without oversharing. You showed her that you're looking for quality, not just filling a void. That's how you speak to someone who understands attraction psychology cues. This answer also subtly invites her into your world. You're not chasing, you're not begging. The issue, you're simply stating what you value. And women who are testing behavior want to know if they align with those values. If she sees herself in that description, she'll keep moving forward. If your sense of purpose resonates with hers, she shifts her attention to something far deeper. 3. Are you emotionally available? Sometimes she'll ask this directly. Issue more often. She'll circle around it. Have you dated much since your divorce? Or, do you still think about your late wife? Or simply, how do you feel about starting something new? All roads lead to the same destination. She wants to know if your heart is still locked in the past. Hemingway once said that the world breaks everyone, and afterwards some are strong at the broken places. She's trying to figure out which kind of man you are. Have you healed? Or are you just looking for someone to numb the pain? This is where understanding female psychology insights becomes critical. Women don't expect you to be over everything. They don't need you to pretend you've never been hurt. What they need to know is that you're not running from your emotions, that you face them, process them, and come out the other side capable of connection. Men over 60 often get this wrong in one of two ways. They either overshare, dumping their entire emotional history in a desperate bid for understanding, or they shut down completely. I'm fine, that's all behind me. Both approaches fail because they lack nuance. Women are looking for perfection. They're looking for presence, that you've done the inner work, even if it's ongoing. So here's how you respond. I've been through a lot, but I don't carry it like a burden. I've learned that closing yourself off doesn't protect you, it just keeps you from living. I'm open to connection when it feels right, and I trust myself to know the difference. The issue, that answer is gold. You're acknowledging your past without being imprisoned by it. You're showing vulnerability without desperation. You're demonstrating that you understand the difference between being available and being healed enough to be available. That's the kind of mature dating psycholify you. She's testing you to see if it's safe to let you in. Because here's something most men don't realize. Women crave emotional safety more than they crave passion. Passion fades. Safety allows everything else to grow. Before we continue, do yourself a favor and save this video. The issue, you're going to want to come back to these answers when you need them. When she senses your heart isn't tangled in old wounds, she takes one final step, assessing the steadiness of the life you live. 4. Can I trust the way you live your life? She'll never ask it exactly like that. Instead, it shows up as, how do you handle stress? Or, what do you do when things don't go your way? Or, how do you take care of yourself? These aren't random questions. They're strategic. She's evaluating your stability, and not financial stability, but emotional and psychological steadiness. She wants to see if you're a man who maintains boundaries, practices self-respect, and doesn't fall apart when life gets difficult. Someone wise once observed that how you do anything is how you do everything. So she's watching how you manage your daily life, because it tells her how you'll manage a relationship. Modern relationship insights have taught women to look beyond chemistry and compatibility, that they're assessing character. Think about what she's really asking. Can I rely on you? Will you be the same man in conflict as you are in comfort? Are you disciplined, or do you let life happen to you? Men who understand reading female intentions know that this question is about reassurance, not in a hand-holding way, but in a foundation way. Issue: she's asking, are you solid? Because if she's going to open her heart, she needs to know you're not going to crumble under pressure. Here's the answer that works. I try to live with discipline and respect for what matters. I'm not perfect, but I'm consistent. Issue: I handle stress by staying grounded, and I've learned that staying calm is a choice, not a reaction. I take care of myself because I know I can't show up for anyone else if I'm falling apart. See the power in that? You're not boasting. You're not defensive. You're simply stating how you operate. What? Showing her signs she craves you without performing or pretending. You're letting your character speak for itself. This is stoic mindset for men in action. Not cold, not emotionless, but steady, reliable, unshaken. Women who are interested in emotional connection cues respond to this like nothing else. Because in a world full of chaos, a man who's centered is magnetic. If this resonates with you, share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Trust me, you'd be surprised how many men are struggling with this exact thing. By now, you've just learned the 4 questions women use to test men over 60 before they open up or move forward. Not because they're playing games, but because they're protecting something precious. Their emotional well-being, their time, their heart. She's not testing you to knock you down. She's testing you to see if you're real. The issue: if you're stable, if you're someone she can trust with her vulnerability. And when you understand these feminine attraction triggers, everything changes. The man who answers these questions with calm honesty, without defensiveness, or doesn't need to perform. He simply shows up as himself, grounded, open, and unafraid of connection. That's the kind of man a woman will choose, not because he's perfect, but because he's present, not because he's impressive, but because he's real. And that, my friend, is something no amount of charm or strategy can fake. Issue: which of these 4 questions have you been asked before? And how did you answer it? Drop your story in the comments below. I read every single one, and I'd love to hear your experience. If this video opened your eyes to how women reveal desire and the subtle ways they test emotional availability, and if you want more insights into understand female behavior and attraction psychology for mature men, subscribe to my channel. There's so much more we need to talk about. And I'm Vernon. Thanks for watching till now, and see you in the next video.